Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at important messages from your spirit guides. And to do this reading we will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck, and of course if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp to that down in the description box. Okay, so what are our 3 cards today? Pile 1. I actually feel that this is pile 2 as well. And why not? This could be our pile number 3 as well. So let's check your cards out. For pile number 1, you have Sacred Medicine. For pile number 2, you have Full Spirit Moon. And for pile number 3, you have Plant Kin. If you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac, using crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the Amazonite in the shape of a heart. For pile number 2, you have the Moonstone. And for pile number 3, you have the Lapis Lazuli in the shape of a star. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. As I always encourage you guys, in case you feel drawn to more than one pile, perhaps today you even feel drawn to all of the piles, trust your intuition. It will always guide you to the message that you are meant to hear. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. In a moment, I am about to assign different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you are not interested in, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you do prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, as you know, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you guys. In a moment, I will be pulling out 4 zodiac signs for each pile. Okay, I think we've shuffled your signs enough. Whoa! Let's see what sign fell. Aquarius. So for pile number 1, the signs are Aquarius, Pisces, Gemini, as well as Sagittarius. For pile number 2, the signs are Leo, Aries, Virgo, as well as Cancer. And as for pile number 3, the signs, of course, are Libra, Capricorn, Taurus, as well as Scorpio. So these are the signs and their association to each pile in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your pile or piles using other placements in your chart, please feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at an important message from your spirit guides. These are the decks that I'll be using for your reading. As always, if you're interested in any of them, you will find that I list them down in the description box of every video if you want to know their names or anything like that. Okay, so let me very quickly introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Amazonite in the shape of a heart. And your significator card is the Sacred Medicine with the keyword calling. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aquarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you guys, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. You've got a sextile with the keyword potential. That's the main keyword here. Calling, potential. Very interesting. So the other keywords are, of course, talents, stimulation, relationship friendly, communicative, creative, expressive, cooperation, encouraging, inspiring, and helpful. Okay, I think you're guided to follow your calling or follow something that has a lot of potential. You've got After the Storm, all right? Beautiful card. You also have the Poet, relationships and vulnerability. I'm getting something interesting from the Poet. Okay. Let's wait and see the full picture first. You've got Venus in Capricorn with convention. You have Mercury in Scorpio with extremism. You have the Moon in Sagittarius with optimism. And you have the Sun in Aries with assertion. Very interesting. I think we'll understand your important message fully as we explore your reading through your tarot cards as well. This way we have a complete picture. Okay. So, what is your important message from your spirit guides? Right. So you have the Six of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Pentacles, the Justice card, you have the Hermit with the Figure of the World card. I got the Death card here and the Figure of the World card. Is it? Okay, hold up. You even have the High Priestess in the Justice card. I feel like something is fated here. I think with the Wheel of Fortune, maybe you're reaching an end of a cycle or you're reaching an end of a cycle. Something fated is about to begin for you. And it does say after the storm. Very interesting. Let me pull out one more tarot card for you in this row. We'll stop there for a moment, reflect on what your cards are saying, and then continue. And you've got the Queen of Pentacles, carving out your success with the Star card. Carving out your stardom, maybe even. Okay. That's why it says potential. Carving out your stardom. So, what is this saying? There is a release of tension after the storm that will soon lead to, the tension here with extremism, that will lead to freedom very soon. I believe the tension specifically in your reading is talking about something that you are doing in a conventional way. 10th house is career. So it could be something related to your career, but also goals. I believe you're working towards your goals, or your message is saying you're working towards your goals or your career or your work in a very conventional way. And nothing wrong with conventional at all. But taking a look at your message, it is talking about how it makes you feel framed, like stuck. The borders of the way you're doing something at the moment is keeping you very limited. I think this is something that you could be complaining about. You can see a beautiful child, and a child is full of potential, full of creativity, wants freedom, right? And this child is literally buried under the ground. You can see that someone has so much potential, so much to bring out to the world, so much creativity that is waiting to be unleashed, but is so framed in a conventional role, maybe in a conventional place or something. And I believe you're aware of it with the child here. You do see yourself as very creative, because we have the poet here, which I will talk about in a moment. I saw something very interesting with the poet. In any case, it is quite clear that where you are is making you unhappy. And it doesn't have to be your job, by the way. It could be a goal that is very important to you, that you're trying to pursue, but maybe you're approaching it in a very conventional way, and it feels extreme at this point. It feels like it's not treating you in the best way, and it seems like you're generally not happy about it, because with the poet you seem to be a creative being who can do much better and bigger than what you are following is giving you or providing you with now. See, when I looked at the poet, I thought of how our brain tickles and how we release endorphins, realizing how when we play with words, how they can sound good and give us a deep understanding of something. It always tickles our brains to watch how something rhymes but makes absolute sense and is providing wisdom all at the same time. And that's what we love so much about poems. And speaking of poems, by the way, I do have a poem that is right on my table. Let me pull out and try to get it. It is a poem that I wrote for you guys once from a guidebook, and I left it on the table. And I left it there because it made me laugh a lot. I loved this poem. It says, "Fundamentally, I disagree to anything that you decree. Whatever you say, it isn't for me. Only in my beliefs can we be free." And how interesting is this poem right there? And I saw it as we were talking about the poet. I kept it there because I really loved this poem from the deck that I was reading. So it's lovely and how poems tickle our minds in such a creative way, where we're able to do two things at the same time. Make the words rhyme. We enjoy reading it, But at the same time, it is giving us a profound message and a profound, deep understanding. And likewise, what I'm seeing in your reading is you have so much potential, whatever this goal is, whether this goal has to do with your health, has to do with a dream that you're pursuing, has to do with your career. In any case, your most important message is you have far more potential to do divine things, sacred medicine, to do something so sacred, something so divine, exactly, than what you are doing now. That frame that maybe the world is providing you with is just full of limitations because perhaps human beings haven't found something better, a way better to reach these goals. And sometimes we really just need pioneers to take us out of this box that we all keep following. It seems in your reading that you have that potential to be our pioneer and to break out of the box, to get out of that box, because your potential, your talents can stimulate change in your world first, and perhaps even for everyone else. And that's why you have calling. You're going to be a pioneer in something, and that the universe making things tighter on you, like making it harder and harder by the day, where you feel like, come on, this feels like an extreme. How can I keep this? And I feel like the universe is saying, exactly, not every storm is here to disrupt and make you start from the beginning. Sometimes it's just here to alleviate you from the very extreme that is that you, I don't want to say ruin your life, because that's just like that's an extreme word. I'm not feeling it. It could be, but from an extreme that is not making you happy. How about we put it like that? An extreme that's not making you happy. And your important message here is you have far more potential than what you are doing now, the way you are approaching something now. And if you have the confidence to listen to your inner calling, that voice inside you that's saying, there must be a different way in which we can do this. There must be a better way that we can do this. Be optimistic, because you will find that it is something that will be very giving. This is the background of the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is related to children. It's again related to, and from that place, it is related to creativity. It could, if you look at it, it could also be related to calling, by the way. You know, that inner child, the calling, the drive that the inner child has. And so if you pursue that, if you follow that and not listen to anything else, fundamentally, I disagree to anything that you decree. Whatever you say, it isn't for me. Only in my beliefs can we be free. So I really feel like your message is listen to yourself. There's a calling within you. It's telling you out loud that this is wrong. You know what? Maybe it's not even... maybe your goal is to have an awesome relationship, a beautiful relationship. Really, whatever that goal is, this is your important message here within this situation. What is going on at the moment is extreme. It's not meant to happen. It's not the storm that's meant to break everything down. It's the storm that's becoming louder and louder, so that you finally hear yourself, your inner child saying, that's not right. I'm not happy. Not that it's there for you to bring down your life. It's just there so that you can finally listen to that inner calling, that inner you, inner child that is saying, I'm not happy about this. Listen to me. Maybe we can do it better. And you know, children always come up with the brightest and smartest idea. And this is why you're being asked to follow that inner child. Do you know that story about the child who kept telling his father, I'm sure you heard about this, who kept telling his father, Daddy, let's play together. And dad is all grown up and so focused on reading the newspaper, and is not really listening to his child, and he's not responding to the child. And he says, not now, not now. So the child goes again, daddy, let's play. And the father at some times is not responding, and at other times just tells the child, not now. And at some point the father realizes that the child's not going to stop. So he looks in his newspaper, finds a picture of the map of the world, tears it out, tears it into small little pieces, tells the child, here you go, now rearrange that puzzle and bring the world back. Put the puzzle together. And thinking that this is going to take the child a long time to do, he goes back to his reading a couple of minutes later, and children really surprise us with the way they approach things. And that's the whole point that I'm getting to. And the child says, Daddy, I did it. I put it together. And the father looks at the map, perfectly put together. And the child doesn't know the map, doesn't know the different places of the world, and he's flabbergasted. He looks at the child and he says, how did you do that? And the child simply says, on the other side, there's a whole picture of a man. So when I put the man together, the world came together. When I worked on the man, the world came together. And so sometimes when we listen to our inner child, that creativity that it can provide us to just pause and listen to that sound, that voice that's trying to give you ideas to take you out of that situation, instead of pushing it away, perhaps sometimes we can work together with our inner child. It gives us an idea, and with our grown-up mind, we go, okay, well, to apply this idea, maybe we need to be careful, I don't know, about these laws, or careful about the time we do this recipe, or this and that and the other, to work together well with our inner child, because our inner child could give us a creative way to put ourselves together in order to put our world together. And so your important message today is so focused around listening to your inner child. It has wisdom to give you. You may not have been listening to your inner child, and your world around you has been getting louder and louder and noisier, and the storm is increasing. It's really only there, your guides are saying, this storm is there to liberate you, and is not there to ruin the things around you. It will stop and prevent something that is making you tired. Do you see the world card? The flames are off. It's not there. She seems, if we look at her, she seems down. I can almost hear her going, where is the passion? Where is life? It's like you're in something that is sucking the life out of you, it seems. In that situation, in that relationship, in that, diet that you're pursuing, in that exercise you're doing, in that goal you're pursuing, or maybe even in your career. And the second you listen to your inner child, it's not like listen to your inner child and get up and leave your job, or get up and eat all the chocolate that you want, or anything like that. It's listening to your creative solutions that your inner child is trying to offer you. And before you go, that's naive, you have a role too. Consider it your conscious mind. You have a role too, through your wisdom and your experience, to go, okay, give me that initial idea and let me work with that. Let me see what I can do with this initial idea. So the idea comes out, and you honor it, you listen to it, you adjust it through your experience, the things you've learned, and your mature mind. And as you two work together, because it's the power of the yin and yang that is very important to unite together, this will turn the wheels of fate to your favor. Listen to that sound. Because look at that with the Ten of Pentacles. You will be, extremely abundant. Wealth and abundance, whatever this means in your situation, whether it's love, good health, money, you name it, will fall onto you so much that you wouldn't know how to handle all the blessings that comes with it. It's going to be so good. In fact, seeing the High Priestess in the Justice card, it is fated, and it's something that you can't see and you can't even imagine, given the situation that you are in at the moment. But it's certainly something that you have within you that will make you shine like a star and live in the world of your dreams. You have a unique set of skill put together, and if you follow that, if you listen to that, if you allow it to flourish, give it just a little bit of space to come out somehow, you will be a star. And you will be given abundantly again, as you can see with the Queen of Pentacles. And this reading is clear like the sun. It's not saying get up and make drastic changes now and let the inner child alone rule your world. But give it a go. Just like the father was surprised on how the inner child was able to put the world together through the man, his child was able to look at the problem, the challenge from a different perspective. Give a chance for your inner child to give you an idea. It's trying to show you something. Maybe it's not fully developed. It's our role to take that initial idea and see, okay, how can I give it the time of the day? How can I give it the resources? How can I do it in a mature way? Or how can I apply it? Maybe you're just ready to apply it. But I really see it's about you being a mediator here. Listening to your inner child and seeing how you can use your experience, your resources to make it happen. And thus the balance of the Six of Pentacles. But in any case, you will reap what you sow today. You put in these new beginnings, you allow this potential to come, and it shall shower you with abundance, more with the Ten of Pentacles than you are even imagining. Let's pull out some more cards and see what your important message here is. Because I really feel, I know I keep saying it to you, but it is what I'm seeing. You have a brilliant way of doing something. Your inner child is brilliant at something. It has this divine, sacred energy that can do something in a different way, that can do something brilliantly. So don't limit it. Apologies. And allow it to be released. Give it a crack. Give it a little space for it to be heard. And once you hear it, you can always adjust it little by little every day. And you will see and be surprised at how this calling, this sound, this idea will change your life. Oh, okay. So you've got the Moon card. This is certainly something that you don't see coming. But with the Magician, it will bring a lot of magic. I can't tell you enough. You know, you've got the Yods here. And the Yods in Hebrew mean the hand of God. And so I believe it's tapping. See the fire here from the World card? The wand of the World card can make you tap magically into that divine energy. You've got that within you. And so follow that. Follow that and you will be surprised at where it takes you. You don't see this coming at all. You have no idea how fortunate you're going to be. Drop the conventional way of doing something and listen to what your inner child is trying to tell you. You've got the World card. Now, you've got the World card and you've got the Justice card within the World card. We can see that you will be ending that extreme energy that you're going through at the moment in your life to begin something fated. with the World card, I feel like it is, how can I say this? It is fated to start working right away for you. I'm getting this idea, 10 of Pentacles, the World card. See, the end of the minor arcana before we get into the court cards. The World card, the end. I really feel like right away it will jumpstart you into a new beginning. A new beginning where you sign a new contract or you begin something officially right away. I really believe that your reading is saying how you will be surprised at how it starts working out. It's almost as if you stepped into a new reality. Although it's a new world, it will feel like that's just the norm. You've been there for a long time or something like that. It will just start working for you. And you've got the 9 of Pentacles. And notice that this is the background of the 9 of Swords. It's talking about stress, anxiety, and perhaps this is something that you are going through. But at the flip of the coin, on the other side, as you start this new beginning, start this idea, it will take you, you know what I just heard in my mind, from rags to riches, the extreme energies, because this is the 9 of Swords, the background of the 9 of Swords, but it actually is the 9 of Pentacles, which is a card of wish fulfillment. So it's like on one side you're so stressed, on the other side you're feeling like you're fulfilled in every way, shape, and form. So your cards, as a summary, keep repeating the same message. And what you are going through wisely. You will be surprised. You tried the conventional way, you tried to be strong, you tried this, you tried that. It will be your inner child that will take you out of all this. So listen to it. It has a lot of creative ideas. Work with it and see how you can give it that space. Nurture that space every day to allow this energy to slowly come out of the underworld into your real world, making magical changes in your life that you don't see coming in any way. Not only until you listen to that calling and allow that magic to come out, will you actually experience this magic. This will be a new official beginning for you, officially end something that is bringing terrible, extreme energy. And I see you crying happy tears, actually. The combination of the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. Going from that energy where you felt like you couldn't take it anymore to crying happy tears to going, oh, I can't believe I have this good energy. That's really what I am seeing in your cards. Take it slow, take it wisely. You're the wise one now, but always listen to your inner child. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck from my heart in this new endeavor. You will be doing something amazing, my dear pile number 1. Know that this is the important message that you are meant to hear. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Again, sending you so many great wishes of your new beginning. I know you're going to be doing great things one day very soon. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at an important message from your spirit guides. These are the decks that I'm using. If you're interested to know the names of any of them, you will find that I list them down in the description box of every video. Okay, so very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Moonstone. Your significator card is the full spirit moon with the keyword shine. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, in that case, the signs for this pile are Leo, Aries, Virgo, and Cancer. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's check out your oracle cards first. You have new birth, guarded, and vigilantly. Oh, vigilantly. Okay, and you can see there's a highlight on the green here. The green butterfly, the green plant, and the green pearls even. New birth, guarded vigilantly. And then you've got shine. How interesting. Okay. We can also push these up so you can see your cards. You've got opposition, confrontation, reflecting, mirroring, seeking balance, tests, interaction, push-pull dynamic, internal conflicts, uncertainty, wavering, acknowledgement, and respect. Okay. You have the runway, and you can see the cages open. The runaway. That's why. The runaway. Secrets, running from problems. Confrontation and running from problems. How interesting. That can't be a coincidence. You've got Jupiter in Cancer with speculation. To perhaps inspect something. And you've got, wow, Saturn in Sagittarius with fulfillment. And that's such a positive card because this is the talisman for winning the lottery. So I see huge fortune and good luck in this card for you. You've got Saturn in Libra with devotion. And it's so different than the energy of runaway. Ooh, and you've got the Sun in Scorpio with endurance. Very interesting. I almost feel like you're getting a message of don't run away from a specific issue or challenge that you have. Confront it. Do you see confrontation, endurance? Confront it with great strength, and you shall be really lucky to see something that you weren't expecting to see. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. Okay, so what is your important message from your spirit guides? You've got the Six of Cups. It's interesting. Pile number 1 started off with the background of the Six of Cups as well. Okay, you've got the Ten of Cups. The Four of Swords. Okay. The Five of Swords. I have so much to tell you here. Wow, the message is so clear. You've got the Queen of Cups. And I think if we push your cards just a little bit, we'll be able to pull out one more card. The King of Pentacles. Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles. Right, I think how I want to start your reading is to take a look at the new birth card, guarded vigilantly. I love this for you. So let's see what it says before we begin. Let me pull out the guidebook to the number 24. And it says, in every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the foal learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. Very interesting. Perhaps why you've got confrontation versus run away. This is becoming clearer by the second. See, I feel like with the moon, there's so much mystery in the situation that you are in. Obviously, you're going through a challenge, and the first instinct that you feel is to run away from it. When something is not easy, we feel engaged, and the first instinct is to free ourselves. And while emotions are there to help us from danger to move towards the things that is good for us and away from the things that are potentially dangerous, they're not always to be trusted either, because they are almost like programmed from the subconscious mind. Sometimes they come due to past trauma. Sometimes our brain thinks something is dangerous when really it could be the best thing for us, and so on and so forth. What I'm trying to say is, instinctually, or at a first reaction, you feel like you want to run away from this issue or challenge that you are going through. It's not easy. Obviously, you're not good at it at the moment with what we've read from the new birth card. But you're guided here to confront it. It might feel annoying. It might feel too hard to endure. And it might feel frustrating because you may not yet have the skills to stand up on your own 2 feet and walk. But your guides are saying, and your important message here is, don't run away from it. Confront it and endure it a little bit, because it takes time to build the muscles to take yourself out of the situation and be free. Because the fact of the matter here is, through your trials and through your, just like exercise, through you enduring this and going through this until you're able to walk out of it, you will be achieving great fulfillment. You are going to be so lucky in this situation. And you literally have the dollar sign. If this is about something that will get you money, then in that case, you will be rewarded greatly with great wealth. You have no idea. This is like winning the lottery. This is like being poured with money. If this is not, if the results are not money, maybe it's health, then you will get great health. If the results are anything pertaining to your goals, you're going to be so lucky with it, with this type of devotion, and it's going to give you so much more than you can imagine. Your pile has some similar energy to pile number 1, and I would say, if you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it, because if you're drawn to it, you will find that you will be able to put the message together and understand exactly what your important message is. Get more details and information. But you can see here with the 4 of Swords that what you're learning and growing at the moment, although could be very painful, do you see? It's not easy to try things at the beginning. You can see some mer children who are playing with swords. You know, they shouldn't be playing with swords. But regardless, you can see that they've hurt themselves here. So I feel like the message is, you're very early on in your path, and maybe you're doing some things that you feel are out of scope or too advanced for you. Yeah, I think too advanced for you, and so it really hurts. And that coldness, maybe it's too cold, like the environment that you're in is cold, it's harsh. But in any case, your guides are kind of like giving you a pat on the back, and they're saying, we can see what you're going through. We know it's not easy, but take it as feedback. This is how you learn and you grow. Really nothing bad is going to happen. It's that training of muscles is only going to reflect back to you in your life as a positive. It will be giving you great fulfillment. So 6 of Cups is growth. And this is talking about how little by little, you're going to see this new birth grow. It takes time, but it will be growing in front of your eyes. every day. And one day soon, with the 10 of Cups, it's going to bring you a lot of happiness. One day, you're going to be so happy that you chose to stick to it. And while all this child energy that's going on in your reading, where you feel like something is so hard because you're at an early stage of it, is not easy. One day when you mature, or when this thing matures, you're gonna be so proud of yourself that you reserved, you stayed there, and you persevered. Reserved, I said reserved because of the ice, but I wanted to say that the things you're learning now will at some point be very useful when you start using it. So what you're doing now may look like maybe useless exercise, may feel like, what am I getting out of this? Why am I learning math in school? What is it going to teach me? Why am I learning this? How am I going to use it in my life? And then you grow up and you realize that that specific thing you did actually use in your life. So it's what I'm seeing. You're going through a challenge. Maybe you don't see the point at this point, and you're like, I don't see a point. I'm tired. I'm going to run away from this. And you're being guided to stick to it. Stick to it. It's going to give you so much learning and so much growth that one day is going to provide you with so much happiness. You will be so proud of yourself that you persevered, that you stayed, and that you stuck to it. You will reflect back and go, wow, so all of the things I've learned, all of the things I've done, this is what it's given me. So 4 of Swords is rest, to finally rest, peace of mind. So one day you will be resting forever, like forever at peace. Maybe you're doing something where now you have to work hard for it, and then one day you don't have to even work at all, or that hard at all, maybe not even at all. You give me that energy of doing the work now and not having to do it later at all. What's an example of that? Like building a building, for example, and have it forever be there. Or studying for a degree only to forever have it, and forever raise the job offers and so on. So whatever it is that you are doing now, it's that type of energy of working now and getting it forever. So yeah, I feel like your guides are simply saying, please don't run from it. Continue to be devoted, and see through the problems or the challenges, and don't run away from it. Like, this is meant to open your eyes to some things that you may not be seeing. To open your eyes could also be learning. It's meant to teach you some things. And these are court cards. Court cards have meanings, but they are court cards at the end of the day. And I feel like you will be amongst those who are emotionally satisfied and materialistically fulfilled. Amongst those people. One day you will be amongst those people. You know, I almost feel like I heard 1%. You know how there's like a small percent of people who are extremely lucky in something, like winning the lottery. These are like the 1% in the world who get money easily, for example. Or like people with good genetics. There are a small percent who are just healthy no matter what they do, you know, something like that. So I feel like you're going to be amongst those who are absolutely emotionally fulfilled and materialistically fulfilled. That's really what I'm feeling with your Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles. And remember your significator card, the full spirit moon. The full moon is a time when things come into fruition. You start with the new moon, a new project, you start planting, you start working towards something. The full moon represents that full fruition of something. So take your time, just like the moon phases for things, and you do have the Moonstone. Take your time for things to grow. Give it its time and be patient. And you will see what you've never seen before. All right. Push-pull dynamic. Even with the mirroring, what you put in, you will see on the outside. So, let's pull out the rest of your cards. You've got the King of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles. Sorry. The Ace of Swords. The Eight of Wands. There's a promise here of speed. The Five of Pentacles. A promise of receiving what you're not seeing and thinking you won't receive. There are two promises here. Just channeled and felt it in my heart. That these are your two promises. In fact, I'm going to honor that and leave them right there. Your two promises. Obviously, you are going through a time of uncertainty with the opposition card. You genuinely don't know how it's going to go. And in a time like that, it's very hard, I understand, to put in effort. How can you put effort that much towards something that you're even uncertain about? You can even see it here with your secrets cards. Things are hidden. You really don't know how it's going to go. And thus you have the growth here. Growth, growth, growth. You are so tempted to free yourself from that which is tying you down. You're so tempted to do that right away. But your guidance here is with the King of Cups. Be emotionally balanced. The key here is balancing your emotions. Keep your emotions guarded. Don't let them get out of control. Keep your eyes on the goal and allow it to grow in due time. Don't cut yourself free now, because you might feel good in the moment, but you might not fulfill, see the full moon, see something to its full potential, especially that you will be amongst the lucky ones. Your promise here is that although it's frustrating at the moment, although you really feel like you're not going to be given back, your two promises are things will move quickly for you. It's kind of like we know it's energy that's not comfortable. We know. In fact, this is fire, this is a volcano. So with the lava, it's kind of like we know it's burning the most now. Let it take its time. Keep your eyes on the goal. Balance yourself emotionally. Think clearly what you need to do. And the two promises are, this will move just as it's burning, just as it is, just as it will move very quickly for you, very smoothly, very quickly. And your second promise is, you will be given so much, that which you're not expecting at all. The key is to confront this, build the muscles, get the learnings that will, one day you will really be grateful that you've learned, that you've used, that you've created for yourself, because being extremely happy is fated for you. It's something that you are meant to experience among those very lucky ones. Your new beginning is guarded vigilantly. Nobody can take it from you. It's kind of like it's there. No one can take it. Please come and take your great fortune. Okay, very quickly, let me pull out 3 cards to get your specific advice on what you are meant to do exactly to endure this, to go through this, to build these muscles. What specific advice do you have with regards to that? 3 of Swords. Do you see the whale here? It's kind of saying don't unalive something so big. I feel like, okay, I'm happy I asked this question because I was under the impression that you're at the very beginning of something. Okay, hold up. Are you at the beginning of something, or do you have something big? No, it seems like you've gone far. Oh, I'm guessing that you've gone far. You've done so much. Okay, there are 2 different energies here. Working towards a goal doesn't necessarily mean that it will give us back, right? Sometimes we're lucky and it gives us back, and other times we keep working towards something and we haven't seen the results yet, correct? So the energy that I'm seeing here is that you've come a long way. You've done so much. And you're tempted to leave. It's so uncertain and you're tempted to leave. Although it's actually starting to work for you. It's starting to grow. And you are at a critical time, at a critical moment where you're developing the skills. As things work out, as things grow for you, as you've gone this far, you're at a critical time where you're learning. It's important. You know, you might have the idea that you're an expert, but really in the grand scheme of things, you will look back and go, oh, I was still learning. And we are all students at all times. So this is exactly what I'm grasping in your situation. You've gone a long way. You've built so much. You might even be a tycoon in whatever this thing is. And it's crazy because now I understand, your magnitude of your dreams are far bigger than where you are now. So you're not a beginner, but you're a beginner to the dream and the scope, the goal that you want to achieve. And so you've gone so far, running away now, maybe killing some huge potential, killing some huge things that you've built. Don't do that to yourself now. Be patient with that energy so that you don't break your heart to the 3 of Swords one day. You've got the Emperor. You got this kind of energy. You got this. The Emperor is what? The Emperor is organized. The Emperor is systematic. The Emperor works from a plan. The Emperor constantly learns to see what's the right thing to do something. The Emperor with the 4 is stable. So these are the specific types of guidance. Stay in control of the situation. Analyze it just like a good savvy manager. Take a look at what is needed from this situation. What do you need to do? And from that place, take action. This is a message saying, you got this. You know how to do this. You will do this. Stay at it until you build that empire. And the 8 of Cups, it's crazy, but I'm getting this idea of make sure you rest well. Resting, I know it's the 8 of Cups is walking away, but walking away could be like to leave whatever it is, this focus. I'm seeing someone sleeping. I'm getting this idea of resting, recuperating. Just as you're guided to take good care of something and confront it, you're also guided to rest well. Because if you keep a balance between the two, you will be able to go through this. Your key here is to honor it, to get a handle of it, make sure you do what is necessary because you got this. But you're also guided to be wary of when you need to rest. Don't take your downtime for granted. Don't take your resting and your needs to rest, to turn things off to just wander off for granted. It is equally important as what you are doing. And the balance between the two of you, the two things will allow you to bring this into full circle. And your promise here, it will happen quickly, and you will be receiving everything that you are maybe frustrated, feeling like you won't have. Perhaps could be the very reason with the uncertainty as to why you feel like you want to run from it. Don't run from it. Feel it, right? Don't run from it. Feel it, and you will get the results. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it and that it brought you an important message that you need to hear right now. I wish you the best of luck with whatever challenge that you have in your life. Sending you so much love. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at an important message that is meant to reach you now. An important message from your spirit guides. Okay, so these are the cards that we will be using for your reading today. If you're interested in any of them, you will find them listed down in the description box in case you want to find out their name or anything like that. All right, so let me very quickly introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Lapis Lazuli in the shape of a star, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your significator card is the plant kin with the sensitivity, with the keyword sensitivity. And of course, if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra, Capricorn. Why is the Taurus the other way around? Taurus and Scorpio. Welcome to your reading, guys. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. All right, so let's get straight into it and find out what is your important message from your spirit guides. You have Chiron with healing. There we go. So the keywords here are insecurity, wounds, vulnerabilities, deep-seated pain, teaching, powers, spiritual strength, difficulties, guilt, transmuting, and healing others. Okay, Chiron's pretty big energy for sure. All right, and the star now starting to give a bigger message than what I thought. All right, let's keep that there. Lapis Lazuli will integrate the crystal into your reading in that case in today's reading. How can I do this? I'm just going to move this and that's better. Right, so you also have Mercury in Aries with relentlessness. You've got Venus in Gemini with flattery. You have the Sun in Capricorn with achievement. Interesting. Do you see how the god Janus is looking at the restlessness in the past and is looking at achievement in the future? I mean, so clear, isn't it? So cool. All right, you also have Jupiter in Aquarius with innovation. Transmuting, right? With Chiron. And you've got the warrior, perfectionism and burnout. It's like the two sides of the warrior, isn't it? And finally, you've got the card. No, I think you won't see your card like that. That's better. You've got visions of life beyond death. It's kind of like seeing beyond what you're seeing now. Maybe with Chiron, you feel like something is ending because it's painful. Maybe you feel like something is dying out. Maybe you feel like the challenges that you're currently going through are not giving or something. And you're being guided to look beyond that, to believe that there is more beyond that, to imagine with all of these eyes and the peacock feathers, to envision something beyond that. Don't create a fate of an ending for yourself, but rather shift your perspective towards achievement. And don't decide that it's an end for you. Keep working towards it, whatever it is that you want to do, because you've got planned here. Of course, with kin, there's more to your message, but for now, the clear message here is grow something, allow something to grow, and don't decide it's death yet. Basically, you have a clear message of fight for what you want. All right, so let's pull out your tarot cards. Whoa. Okay, really nice. Right, I think your cards popped out straight away. So, you have the 8 of spells. That's the 8 of wands. Look at the owls in your reading. Wisdom goes a long way. You've got the Council of Animals. This is the Judgment card. There's definitely something about, with the Wisdom and the Council of Animals, the Judgment card, something about judging the situation well, assessing the situation well. You've got Moonlight. That's the Moon card. It's like the moon, the heavens, reflecting on Earth for us to see something. I don't know what it means yet. It's just my initial thought about this Moon card. You've got, whoa, the 10 of boons, the 10 of pentacles. Now, I gotta stop here and say something I'm noticing. Look at all the owls together, the school of owls together. Look at the council of animals. And look at the word kin here. And then the 10 of pentacles. Something about people in your reading. Or the people of your kind. Your friends, your family, your colleagues, or the people in your field, or the people who are on the same goal with this achievement that you're trying to achieve. Yeah, there's something about your community 100%. I don't know what it is yet, to be honest, but we'll find out. And you've got the Child of Boons. This is the Page of Pentacles. So look at that. 10 of Pentacles. What follows it? The Page of Pentacles. So it's really cool. It's giving me a lot of ideas already. But let's pull out the last card. And you've got the 8 of Swords. Starting out with an 8 and ending the row with another 8. The 8s are transformation. So yes, the 8s are transformation. A transformation that will lead to another. So this is talking about transforming something that will cause that specific thing to change. It's almost like you're trying to transform something directly, and it makes sense when we want a specific thing to change. We put all our efforts there. But I'm getting a unique message for you that in order to actually transform that which you want, to get that achievement in your life that you are looking for, that special, huge achievement, you're actually guided to look in another direction first. First, you look in one direction, and then you look into that direction of achievement. And the 2 8s are showing me that you're guided to fight, surprisingly, in a direction that you may not be looking at yet. Transform that, and this will automatically transform the other. It's kind of like the 2 particles in quantum physics, how one particle moves in one end of the universe, causing the other to move. So it's that energy of focusing on something and seeing achievement in another area. I don't know how that is. I can't even figure out an example. Well, maybe if I think, that's probably why you have innovation with Jupiter in Aquarius, expanding your mind, realizing that sometimes when you expand your mind to think beyond of the current solutions or the current way that you're doing something, you will find that there are other ways to achieve the thing that you want. Speaking of which, it's like looking beyond with visions of life beyond death. It's looking beyond what we usually see, right? It's looking beyond the right under our feet. It's looking a bit more spiritual, or using your imagination. I think it's talking about you using your imagination a lot, especially with the moon reflecting in our water, the heavens reflecting on earth. This is so interesting. You can see it here. You reach the potential of something with the Ten of Pentacles. This will give you the new beginning in something else that you're so seeking for. Boons, by the way, in Hinduism is something that allows you to have your wish come true. So, like, let's say a god, a being gives you a boon, grants you a boon. A king grants you a boon. This means that this boon, one day, you can assign a wish to it, and that wish would come true. It's kind of like you rubbing the Aladdin lamp and being granted 3 wishes. A boon is something that you get, and when you are ready to make a wish, you get to have that wish come true. So it's really nice that you've got the boons here, spells. Yeah, I have so many things to put together for you in this message. Who's this council? And what's your wish? What are you, most importantly, what are you supposed to transform that will transform the other? I think with all of these questions, the cool thing that we can do is to look at the card inviting us to look beyond the visible. I think this is the card that will help us. So let me pull out your guidebook, open to card number 44. 44. That might be a sign for some of you. 44. There we go. Visions of life beyond death. Sacred vision is awakening within you. You are becoming blessed with the ability to truly see what is real rather than what appears to be. This is true insight. What was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all. What was once dismissed as an irritation or irrelevance may be seen to have great spiritual significance. As mundane as something once appeared, it could now be worthy of absolute attention. The gift of genuine vision takes you into the being of the universal creator. This is sacred terrain beyond logic, convention, and that which is limited in any way. The more open you are to receiving true vision, the more love you will feel and recognize within and around you. Something may appear to change form, to be shed, to be lost, or to die. But there is love within it always. This realization doesn't remove the pain of the loss. It does provide a way through which it can be healed and eventually transformed into peace. I'm seeing as I was reading, like 2 things were happening. I was reading the idea and I'm channeling and envisioning something else in parallel. And it's kind of like, oh, isn't it very close to what I've been saying here? What happened to me is exactly what I'm seeing with the 2 8s. Like half of my brain or my attention is focused on what we're reading, but simultaneously, I kid you not, there's like this movie running and I'm seeing so many things happening as I was reading your message. And they're not really entirely related, but I saw something. And it's really cool because it's like the same faces. One eye kind of looking at what I'm reading, but half of my mind is running with communication here, running on another vision. I was envisioning you that you one day tried to do something and it didn't work. You found it to be irrelevant. Or maybe someone liked you, or you were trying to do something, but it didn't work. And I'll tell you examples of what this energy means. Something you dismissed in the past. And then after a long time, I envisioned you in the future looking at that thing again and going, oh my God, I can do that now. Or, oh my God, this is so relevant. I dismissed this and saw it as something super insignificant, but I realized that this is exactly what I want. So examples of what I'm envisioning here are things like a project that you one day wanted to start, for example, or a hobby that you one day wanted to start. And you had these bunch of problems standing in your way and you thought, oh, well, it doesn't seem like it's logical for me to start this hobby or to start this project. It's just not feasible. I don't have the time or the tools to begin this now. So you brushed it off for sure. And you went along your path, focusing on the important things in your life. Let's say your children, your job, your partner, the goals that you had. And then one day your life changes so much that you now see an advert that reminds you of this hobby or this project, or you're just sitting down thinking, what should I do? Oh, remember a long time ago when I wanted to start this project? I don't know how this relates to the 8s yet, but I'm just like, let's put all the factors on the table and then put it together. I can start doing it now. Look, that problem that I had with my children because I wanted to take care of them, they're all, married and in the university now and this, that, or the other. Or I was so busy with my partner, well, he or she's not there anymore. Or I was so focused on my career, now I've achieved the things that I want. I do have the time. My problem now is the time, or something like that. And you start, and you find yourself now with the needed resources, the tools, everything that one day made it impossible. Now you have everything. You're ready to receive that energy into your life. Another quick example is looking at someone one day. You had all these ideas about the perfect partner that you wanted. So back then you had a friend or you had someone in your life. Maybe they asked you out and you weren't interested at all. It wasn't the person you were looking for back then. As time changes and you matured and you've really learned more about yourself and what you want in a person is, and you changed your mind, everything changed in your life, and you meet that person and you suddenly open your eyes and you go, oh, hey, this is exactly the person I'm looking for. How did I not like this person in the past? It's because, of course, you've changed and everything changed. You've matured. Your taste has changed for sure. You would no way go back, for example, to the old criteria that you used to have. And this person is the perfect person. And now's the perfect time. They've grown, you've grown. And it's the perfect time for you to date that person. And anyways, that's what I'm seeing. These are just two examples. They could be endless. What I was envisioning as I was actually reading your cards, and I'm going to honor that, the movie that was playing out. I was envisioning you considering something or looking at something in the past. It's not working. You brushed it off. You moved on with your life. Somewhere in your future, and look at that. Somewhere in your future, you're like, whoa, that's exactly what I want. Now, let's put our factors together. There's a factor of people. There's a factor of you opening your mind beyond the limitations and fighting for something to achieve it. And there's a factor of one thing moving the other. Perhaps it's like the past moving the future, maybe. So let's put it together. The way you're thinking of things now, and I say thinking because of all the owls that I'm seeing, the way you're thinking or considering, judging something now will move things in your life like magic. Because as you expand your mind and think wisely about the challenge that you are going through, every effort that you put into that to think about how you can overcome this challenge is one step towards connecting to that infinite power of wisdom, universal wisdom. Every time you try to look beyond it, to see, expand your mind, to see how you can heal that situation, how you can go through this challenge to get to the other side where you're envisioning to be, is automatically moving you towards that magic. Because you're connecting to the above that will manifest the below. As above, so below. In the past, you have worked very hard, relentlessly, towards healing a challenging situation in your life, and you're still working hard towards it, to overcome that challenge, to get that which you are hoping for. I'm seeing that you are at a liminal time or at a critical time. And I see your guides. I think definitely these are your guides. I see them standing there holding their breath. Because as you are in that liminal time, everything you've worked hard towards, it seems like you are at a point of culmination where everything that you've learned and done and worked hard towards are all going to help you in that specific moment. There will be a moment these days where, whether you realize it or not, are like, at least spiritually, at a pinnacle point where you will either pass the veil, and probably these are the two energies, the spiritual world and the physical world. How you changing in the earth or the spiritual realm will change the earth. You see what I mean? That two worlds. You won't see yourself crossing between these two worlds, but it's a very critical moment. It's like everything you've worked hard towards to grow as a person, everything, like think spirituality, financially, work-wise, physically, everything. It seems like you are at this point of everything working together at a moment in time for you to pass to the other side. At this point, your guides can't interfere. They've perhaps helped you with some opportunities, helped you with messages, helped you with guidance. And perhaps this is why this is such an important message that you need to hear. Because at this moment, they can't send you any messages. You got to use your own judgment. That's the expansion of the mind with Jupiter in Aquarius. That is the moment where you must make that judgment to expand your mind to move to the other side. That is the moment that you got to get up on your own two legs and walk to the other side. And as you do that, you leave the past for the future. And as you shift and you're thinking to the right idea, take the right action, you will see your world change entirely. In a blink of an eye. You will see, you know how some people, their worlds change over night and day? You know how when sometimes, in a moment of time, whether good or bad, your life changes just like that? When you told yourself, I never knew when I was going to bed yesterday that I will wake up today to all these changes, good or bad? 10 of Pentacles answers the question of good or bad. Page of Pentacles. A new beginning of a wish coming true. It's a boon. The 10 of Pentacles. It's a new blessed beginning of you being happy in every area of your life. As above, so below. So your guides can't interfere in that moment. And you must click. It must click for you. You must make that judgment at this right moment to cross to the other side, where you are living in a new reality of living your wish fulfillment. It's like you don't see this coming. One day you will say, I woke up to see a new world that I never thought would happen for me. I woke up to see my whole life and existence change in this crazy way. Can you believe it? Can you believe that life can change in this way? And it's that experiencing a moment of magic. It's that very moment that you transcend a great wound that you had, because you have sensitivity here as well. It's the day and the moment you close an old chapter. Your spirit guides, this is an important from your spirit guides, are saying, in that moment, we cannot interfere. And you must be that warrior that does it, that takes yourself, goes through that challenge to the other side. Perfectionism and burnout shows me that you've done things in such a good way. I feel like your guides are commanding you for the great effort and strength and continuous work that you have done previously. Although they do see with burnout that if you're not careful, it could lead to great burnout. So since this is your important message, what's so important now is because with the Eight of Swords, the challenge is you might not see this moment when it comes, and you do want to seize that moment. Let's get some information about this moment and what you're guided to do when this moment does appear. Let's take a look at that. It's that energy of transmutation where you must be the one to see beyond the situation in that moment when it does arise. It's that moment where you make the right judgment, take the right decision, to be wise. And this is that closure to these old wounds. Seeing yourself do it like that will close that old chapter. And you don't need that old world anymore. You, with your own 2 feet, step into that new world. It will be one of those moments where you really are astonished. How can life change in a blink of an eye this way? Let's take a look at the rest of your cards and see the questions we've asked. What is this moment? And what is your guidance during that moment? You've got the Six of Wands. Sorry, the challenges are swords. You've got the Six of Swords. And you see how she's got her hands on her head. It's the mind. The transition, Six of Swords is transition. It's the transition through the mind. It's a transition in the mind. It's not a specific action that you will take. Although, of course, there are actions that you will take, but it's the mind. It's making the right judgment, you see. You've got the Eight of Boons. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. And someone, a master here, a craftsman or a craftswoman. Calmly. Yeah, I get a lot of ideas here. I'll tell you about it in a moment. Calmly preparing her tools. You've got the Six of Wands. That's the card of success. It happened. The birth happened. The dragon has birthed. Everyone's looking at it with admiration. Imagine seeing a dragon break out of an egg. That must be a magical moment. You've got the Fool card with the white heart. You've got the King of Pentacles, the Keeper of Boons. Really having all of your wishes come true. A new beginning of you having the capability of making all of your wishes coming true. Because once that births, you birth, the dragon births. It's a new beginning of powerful and huge manifestations in your life. And you've got the Hermit. So let's take a look at your guidance, the moment that you're guided to seize and how to seize it. This Six of Swords is flabbergasted, stunned at something. She's stunned at something. What is she stunned at? Maybe the guidebook can help us with this. I'm so curious. Hold on. First of all, you've got two sixes, the Six of Wands and the Six of Swords. And by accident, when I was looking for the Six, or obviously, when I was looking for the Six of Swords, the sixes came up before we take a look at all of the sixes in this deck, right? So the sixes say, the fives shook things up, and now the sixes calm things down. And so you've been going through a lot of challenges, and now you're going to transition to the energy of achievement, which, by the way, is the Six of Wands, right? So let's now get clues about the moment itself, because I do see the Six of Challenges, stunned at something. What does this say? Phew. Oh, she's going phew. Right. Phew. That was a near escape. Far too close for comfort. Dwarves don't usually climb trees if they can help it. But this dwarf scaled the ash tree as nimbly as a squirrel when the wolves started chasing her. That's cool. It's like a situation that pushes you to do something outside of your comfort zone, right? There's no need for her to plan what to do next, since she can't fight a pack of wolves. She needs to just wait them out. When they have lost interest in her, she can hurry home to a well-earned supper. This is so cool. I love this. When you are pursued by slavering wolves, I think that's how it's pronounced, slavering wolves, the wisest course is to get out of their reach as quickly as possible. This card suggests that you should consider such a strategic retreat. Perhaps an actual retreat away from home or work for a time. Give yourself a respite from strife. Rest, recover, and plan your next steps. In the future or at the moment, depending on how this reading resonates for you, you could be going through a challenge, a scary one that you feel will eat something up important for you, or you might feel it is going to harm you. If you for a second decide that you can't get out of your comfort zone to do something that you've always believed you couldn't do, then you will allow this situation to harm you. If you do, perhaps you will stay in that lesson with Chiron until you're able to heal these wounds or vulnerabilities, pains, and all of that, which is okay. Don't stress yourself. When you're ready, you'll pass to the other side. When you're not, it's not time. I feel that this, whether you're ready or not, depends on you. Your guides can't tell you. Nobody can tell you. And nobody can push you. And this is why this is 100% your choice. When you feel like you're so challenged, it's either the time where you push yourself and you say, I'm going to break out of these limiting beliefs, and I'm going to do what I have never done before. I'm going to watch how the people, perhaps why you've got kin as well. I'm going to watch how they've done it, how they've climbed the tree, so to speak. And I'm going to watch them, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to push myself out of your comfort zone. And you will find in that moment that you were always able to do it. I mean, who would look at squirrels in that urgent moment? One that thought they couldn't climb a tree, look at how the squirrels are doing it and instantly imitate them and climb up the tree. Save yourself from danger. A few can say they can do that. So I'm seeing that the message that you have from your guides is that you can. 100% can. You have every skill and every power in you to save yourself from the situation. You've got it all. Whether you're going to jump into it to make it happen or not is 100% up to you. Nobody can interfere there. But if you do it, you would have proven yourself that you can do what it is that perhaps limited you before from doing. Maybe you've had difficulties and vulnerabilities and wounds and insecurities, and by going through it anyways, you teach your brain once and for all that you can do something like that, and forever that limiting belief will be broken. And this is the transition card that will help you go to the other side. Now, surprisingly, although there is urgency in this situation, like, yes, you do need to move quickly. But remember that experts with the Eight of Pentacles take time to prepare their tools, take time to make sure that everything is ready before they run off like that. And you can see the Eight of Pentacles is preparing her threads well, making sure that they don't waste her time later on trying to unknot every thread, right? So preparation is key. Before you make that run, think well, strategize. That's what we've seen in the Six of Swords card, right? Strategize, think outside the box. Take the time to plan and prepare. When you see that dangerous moment approaching, this girl here is not going, oh no. This girl is going, whew, she's made it out. She had to wait a little bit, but she gets to enjoy her supper in peace. She deserves it. She deserves an awesome night. So what I'm seeing here is be patient, especially in the beginning. Don't rush right away. Preparation is key. Make sure that you've got a great plan. Make sure that you've thought outside of the box. Work hard. It's a time of being a warrior. It's a time to continue working towards your goal here. Towards getting out of this challenge, I would adjust my words to say. To getting out of this challenge. It's a time to work when this challenge appears. It's time to work hard to get the achievement that you want in your life. And you might think, what does this have to do with my dreams? Perhaps they've got everything to do with that, because as above, so below. You will see that reflection of your transcendence in your physical world. So take the time to prepare well, and then when it's time, make that home run. My dear pile number 3, go for it, because your guides are saying, we can't talk to you then, in that moment at least, or to tell you anything about this whole moment of preparation and doing it. This all depends on you. You're a divine being. Connect to your divine essence, your divine creativity, and you will fish it out. You will take it out. You don't need anyone to teach you that. You are that being. Prepare well. The key is preparation. You know, the 6 P's, proper preparation prevents, there are 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So it's really, sometimes you can put an hour preparing for something so that it takes you 10 minutes to actually do it, instead of spending days not going through it and trying to make it happen just because you didn't prepare it. So yeah, sometimes good preparation for an hour helps you actually do that task or that challenging situation in 10 minutes in record time, rather than spending days and maybe even years not just doing it, maybe not even reaching it. So yeah, key is preparation. Open your mind. It's a time to open your mind to that energy of the universe. You will be downloading so many ideas. You will have the vision to see beyond your physical world. Obviously, you're a psychic person, and you've got the god Mercury here. You know, that's direct communication right there. So use that power that you have of vision. You will get a lot of good ideas. Prepare so well and you will succeed. You will succeed. You will move to the other side. But once you do, this is a new beginning, a new adventure, one that you will love. The King of Boons means you will be able to manifest and achieve everything that you want in your life with that new beginning. And you can see it here with the 10 of Pentacles, having everything that you want in your world. So reaching a pinnacle of one energy allows you to reach the pinnacle of another. The Hermit insists that you alone can do it. And although you can't see it now, my child, you're more than capable than stepping easily to the other side. Take that step, is what your guides are saying. And my dear pile number 3, you are a star. Believe in that, because this is the truth right now. And always, of course, take that step and you will succeed. This was your reading, my dear pile number 3. I wish you the best of luck in whatever endeavor this is. This definitely is a big reading. I know one when we see one, right? This is a big moment for you. I wish you the best of luck. You got this. I know you got this. Your guides are saying you got this. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.